Greetings in Jesus' strong name. I'm Dr. Guy Brewer, Professor of Pastoral Theology and Dean of the Chapel at Anderson University School of Theology. It is my joy to welcome you to this spiritual formation course and to walk with you throughout this semester in the course. I have asked you to begin the course by introducing yourself and telling us your life story in 6 words. That's quite a challenge, isn't it? As I considered my own life and how to describe it in 6 words, an immediate answer came. Actually, an answer in the form of a question. Here are my 6 words. Do you want to be healed? Do you want to be healed? Perhaps you recognize that question. It is from the 5th chapter of the Gospel of John. It is Jesus' question to the lame man at the pool of Bethesda. Perhaps you remember that story. This man had been lame for 38 years. And yet, when Jesus asked him, do you want to be healed? He can't answer. He makes all sorts of excuses. I can relate. I first heard this question in 1983. That's a while back now. I heard it in the context of a sermon being given by a young Lutheran minister at the Bowling Green Inn, a drug and alcohol rehabilitation facility in Bowling Green, Florida. I was a patient there in a 28-day residential program. I had agreed to go as a patient because I had no place else to go. I was desperate. My relationships were in shambles. My job was in jeopardy. And I could not stop drinking and using drugs. I needed help. And yet, I couldn't answer the question, do you want to be healed? But the Lord planted a seed in my heart that day that has continued to grow. A seed of desire for healing, for wholeness, for a relationship with God that is transformative. That is my heart's desire for you too. Across 30 years of vocational ministry, I have been engaged in spiritual formation. For many of those years in local churches, ranging from small country churches on a circuit to churches in the suburbs of large cities and in urban areas. I have served as a campus minister and as a college chaplain. I've been a faculty member at Liberty University and now at Anderson University School of Theology. My wife Rena and I have been married 41 years, and she has been such a faithful friend and partner through all these things. As we raised our 4 sons, we made all sorts of mistakes, and we had all kinds of grace. And so today, those 4 grown men are doing so well, and I'm very proud of them. We have 7 grandchildren. Life has been good because God is so good. And that is my prayer for you, that this course might be not so much all of the answers as life-changing questions. That as you consider those 6 words that define your life, you might be praying and thinking, how has God defined my life? Is there a succinct way for me to talk about that? How can my life story be transformed, even now, into the story that God has always had in mind for me? I am convinced that God's will for us is that we might be formed into the image of Christ, and then out of becoming that sort of person, we might do the life work for which God has given us gifts. The mission statement of Anderson School of Theology is to form women and men for the ministry of biblical reconciliation. This spiritual formation course is a key part of going on that journey together. Introduce yourself now. Let us know something about who you are. Give us your life in 6 words as we begin the journey. And may the Lord be with you in all things.